Hello guys, how's it going? It's the Professional here, and today we are reviewing the Howard NX-25. Now this aircraft sells for originally $1,296,750, but if you complete 27 source missions, you get it for $975,000, so make sure that you guys do those source missions. You do get this plane for under $1 million. Now this plane has no weapons on it. It has a bunch of nice liveries, which I just wanted to make like kind of like a patriotic, like American like flag here. So I made my plane all blue, but there's no weapons on this plane. It has a speed boost, has an armor boost, handling boost, but there is no weapons. There's no bombs or anything else on this plane. Now let's move on to how this plane actually handles. Now this plane has amazing handling. It's obviously a stunt plane, and in my opinion, this plane has better handling than the Alpha Z1. Note, this is not the actual speed of the plane. This is just me fast forwarding here to save time. But basically, this plane has amazing handling. I can control this plane, and the major disadvantage of this plane is, I guess, the wings could get caught in things when you're like flying under bridges, like on the sides of buildings and stuff. But the reason I think it's better than the Alpha Z1 is because it handles a lot easier. The Alpha Z1, you just push down and it nosedives down. So this plane does handle better in my opinion. Now, here I wanted to show you guys the landing on this plane. Now, this plane actually is very easy to land. It's actually much better than the Alpha Z1's landing. It has 3 wheels right here. You can land it, but even though this plane does have an easy landing, what's kind of annoying is this plane has a nasty habit to basically go forward a lot. So make sure that you guys are traveling very, very slow when you land this plane. I can stop a Hydra or a laser much easier than I can stop this. Okay, so let's do a speed test right here, guys. And this right here is a race. It's a race between the Howard and the Alpha Z1. And this test is I also increased the speed by 2 times. Basically just to save time, so you guys basically see how these two planes compete against each other quickly. So as you guys see, the Howard is a little bit faster than the Alpha Z1, maybe a second faster than the Alpha Z1, but in my opinion, it's almost not noticeable. You wouldn't notice this, barely notice it, but it is a little bit faster. But as you guys see, I am not able to really outrun him, but he's not able to really pass me at the same time either. So these two planes are very similar, just the Howard is just a tiny bit faster right here. And right here, I almost managed to break the world record on the race with this plane. Very close. I was 2 seconds off right here, I believe. Yeah, I was 2 seconds off. Okay, so they're very similar. And let's do a more thorough test right now. A straight race. Let's see right here. Okay, so right here, test number 1. We got the Howard. So we're flying this thing perfectly straight. Let's see how we do. Again, this test is sped up again to save time. Let's see right here. Let's see what we get. What is the timer going to be? 29 seconds, almost 30. Okay, now let's test Alpha Z1. Let's see, same test, let's see what happens. Okay, so we're flying. Almost at the last checkpoint right here. Okay, we are going to hit it, and 30 seconds, so 1 second difference. Not much. Okay, here it's a damage resistance test right now on the Howard, and the Howard can take 3 homing missiles similar to other planes, nothing really special here. And right here, I thought that I would point out that if the engine gets shut up a little bit, or even if you're even if you have the armor upgrades, and the plane looks fine right now, but let's say theoretically you're trying to take off, right? And you bump into something while you're taking off, let's say like a land post or something. You don't blow up the plane, but you don't really damage it, and you start taking off, you've already destroyed the plane. And a lot of people are like, what do you mean? Well, you guys are going to see. When you take off, the plane's going to be fine if you cause a little bit of damage to the engine, but then over time, it's going to start smoking and it's going to give out really quickly. So here we have the same clip sped up twice. So guys, just watch. The plane was fine a moment ago, and now look. It's already starting black smoke. So those few bullets that I put into it, that basically killed the engine. So the plane was fine at the start, and then I flew it a little bit, and it's already done. It's damaged. So the engine can't take that much damage hitting objects or bumping into them, and it can't take that many bullets. So even if you tilt it, bump into it slightly, it's going to take out the engine. The engine's going to be done at that point. And also, I would like to add, this plane does not have ejection seats, as you guys saw. And the reason I stress that so much is because ejection seats can save your life. If I have to manually jump out of the plane, it takes longer, and I can die easier. Okay, so right here we got the pros. Technically, this is the fastest plane in the game, technically. By that I mean, it scored 29.862 seconds versus the Alpha Z1 of 30.261 seconds. So it's like a second faster, and like that's not even a full second. So in my opinion, it's not even noticeable really. It's not going to change anything between the Alpha Z1 and the Howard. You're certainly not going to notice a difference while flying it. It's very cheap, 975,000. So if you can't afford the Alpha Z1, you want a very fast plane, this is a very good beginner's plane again. And it's very agile. Now let's move on to the cons. And here we got the cons, guys. Now this plane has no weapons on it, and I understand it's a stunt plane and all, but I'm really disappointed that it doesn't even have bombs at least. Like, I mean, like, what's going to be the purpose of buying the plane? Just for transportation, I'm assuming. At least let us have bombs on it, you know, like mess around, have fun with, you know, when you have a stunt plane, you're flying this thing really fast in, at least you could drop bombs. That'd be really cool. It'd be really cool to drop bombs to this plane and then flip like upside down, do all these stunts with it while you're dropping bombs. That'd be cool. And another con is landing is too hard. It's too hard to stop. Now, the landing itself is easy because this thing has 3 wheels, but the thing has so much speed that when you land, it's hard to stop it. I can stop a Hydra and a laser easily, and the engine dies in this plane too quickly. If you lightly tap a wall or like a lamppost or even get the engine shot up just by a few bullets, the engine is pretty much done at that point. So you're going to be flying for a little bit, you're not going to notice it, and then after a little bit of a few seconds of flying, maybe like 30 seconds of flying, you're going to notice it. It's going to start smoking and it's going to eventually die down and you're going to nosedive down. That's what's going to happen, as you guys saw in the test. And the last con is it has no ejection seats. And the reason I stress that is because if you have ejection seats, like in a lot of the planes, like the Rogue, the Laser, the Hydra, planes like that, when you are flying and you're getting shot at, or you need to bail because your plane's going to go down, or you're like close to the ground, or whatever reason you're getting shot by something, the ejection seats will save your life a lot of times. You'll be able to get out of the plane really quickly, so just 1 second and you're out of the plane. That's it, you're done. And it shoots you up. It shoots you up above the plane also, so that if the plane blows up, you're safe from the explosion. If you don't have ejection seats and you have to manually get out of the plane, you have to open up the window, you have to jump out manually. It takes a few seconds longer, and by that time you could be dead or you could hit the ground. So the ejection seats are always better. That's why I stress that and why they're important. So I guess that's the review. Let me know what you guys think of this plane. Do you guys think this plane is worth it? And I guess that's that for this review, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.